Nissan Stadium across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville. Today, a good one on tap in the AFC South. It's the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans.
Please welcome your 2026 Tennessee Titans.
With my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, Joey Sly, set to get this one going. Off we go from Nashville. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the number 1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over. And this run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
Right back to Marks on first down. And this time they are ready, thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Looking free downfield, it's Kirk. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Stroud to throw here on first down. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk, and it'll bring up second down. From the gun, he'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. This one is caught by Kirk. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory. But you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
Off the bootleg, it's Ward. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. He was looking for Van Jefferson there.
He was defended by
And it'll bring up second down.
Teams practice this every single day. It's just scramble drill, and there's just basic rules once the quarterback breaks contain. If you're deep, work back to the quarterback. If you're short, go deep, and just make sure everybody works their way in phase in the same direction as the quarterback. Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to third down and 10. From the gun, here's Ward, and that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide, we're just going to air it out. First, second, third down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up fourth down, and barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Here's Noel. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The Texans offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Forced out left. He's going to keep it himself.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Here's Stroud. Now, screen set up for Marks. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Looks like we have an injured Titan on that play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Schultz, the motion man. A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That is incomplete.
It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
3rd down and 9. From the gun, here's Stroud. Flushed to his left.
C.J. Stroud on the scramble.
So the 2 components to a scramble drill, Mike, is the quarterback has to buy time with his legs, and then all of the receivers need to second reaction and come open downfield late. And he bought time, but nobody was able to separate, and there's nowhere to go with the ball.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Back deep for Tennessee, Jim DK. And he couldn't get that one to check up, and it'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Titans offense ready for their second possession. They had a disappointing, quick 3-and-out on that opening drive, so they'll try it again here in a scoreless game with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line, maybe a yard. Daniil Hunter with the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Play fake, now Ward to throw. Rolling to the left.
And that was really well defended along the back end, Mike. And with nobody open downfield, he's got no choice but to turn into a runner. They end up rallying to the ball, and they limit to a minimal gain.
3rd and 5. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And it looks like he's going to have that 1st down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got enough. And they convert on 3rd down.
Wow, a little change of play call here, and that's typically not what we see at this down and distance. That's typically a passing down, Mike, but they catch the defense off guard, keep the ball on the ground, and they're able to pick up enough for the 1st down.
They'll go back to Pollard on 1st down, and they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7. Fake the handoff. Now Ward. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
An 8-yard loss.
Daniil Hunter in for the sack. It is a loss of 8. And now it's 3rd down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Shotgun snap for Wolf. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. The Georgia Bulldog. Here's Nick Chubb. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
10 yards on
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
Once again, it's Chubb. Good running there, getting close to midfield. Let's mark him there, and a 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. And the Texans 1st down. A gain of 7. 1st down, Houston.
Kirk is the motion man. Now to tap this one forward, the receiver heading left. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
At the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And the Texans.
Stroud connects with Collins, and it's a first down for Houston.
19 yards. First down, Texans.
Yeah, so what I like here is it's not only a really good play call, but it was really well executed by the quarterback. So they used the bootleg to get their quarterback out of the pocket, change the launch point, and then they pair that with a really nice concept downfield. He uncovers, wide open, nice conversion.
And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 19-yard line.
2nd and a yard. They'll go play action with Stroud. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Arden Key. He gets in to drop it. It's a loss of 8.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Third and 9. To throw, it's Stroud. That's taken in by Marks. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
That's another Texans first down. A gain of 50.
He's made his presence felt throughout this opening quarter. They better figure out a way to slow him down defensively. Otherwise, he's in store for a monster game.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Marks. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Really impressive job there by the defense, Mike. I mean, to not only absorb the initial push, but now you got to get the back on the ground. And sometimes to hold up against these big old offensive linemen and stick an arm out to get the ball carrier down, it's easier said than done, and really nice job here by the defensive front.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We spent so much time talking about quarterbacks and the special plays that they can make, and of course that's a big part of playing quarterback in the NFL. But also, can you avoid the bad plays? Do you know when the fight is over and live to play another down? Don't take that sack. Throw the ball away, get back out there on 3rd down, and give yourself a chance.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Stroud. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And we're back in Music City after this. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out,
for this kickoff. Jimmy DK now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a first and... In motion, Okonkwo. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
Let's give a lot of credit there, Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the snack.
Out of the gun, Ward. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Finds room inside the 40. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
18 more yards.
That's another first down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
32-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. His throw on first down is going to be incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action, it's Ward. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That the former Defensive Rookie of the Year, Will Anderson. In for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. It's Ward. That is the rookie from Stanford, Alec Iomana. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Sly's pick is good. And the Titans will tie the game at 3 apiece. So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Marks to open the drive. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. He'll go again with Marks. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Stroud. There he goes again. Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Texans 1st down. It's a gain of 20. 1st down.
There wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read. But that pass rush, they just can't get home, and he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
They run a toss to Chubb. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
That one out wide for Marks. First brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Throwing is Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down for Houston.
That's another Texans 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
And he will not be able to turn upfield. He'll drop him behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Stroud gonna set up to throw. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And he will get into the end zone. Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Texans.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But Sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Texans take a 10-3 lead.
Texans 10, Titans 3.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Julius Chestnut to bring it back. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he'll get about 4 to the 29.
Kamari Lassiter on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 5. Play action. Ward. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Throwing on 3rd down, Ward. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
I think this drive, and particularly that last 3rd down incompletion, Mike, has really summed up the story of this game offensively. No matter how many times they try to generate some plays through the air, there's just nowhere to go with the ball. In this case, the coverage is tight. They go 3 and out again. They've got to have earlier success and not just wait for 3rd down to bail themselves out.
The Texans offense ready for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Sebastian Joseph Day is there for the stop.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
Texans, 1st down. 24-yard gain on the play.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
On 1st down, it's Marks. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Marks. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got him. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. A pickup of 15 in the air. It's good for a Texans first down.
And the Texans first down.
Back to throw, Stroud. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by their rookie corner. And the Titans are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
Mike, doesn't it just seem like year in and year out, especially on the defensive side of the ball, there's these late-round players that kind of burst onto the scene out of nowhere, and there's a reason this guy fell in the draft, but I'll tell you what, he has shown a ton of growth so far this year, and he continues to make his presence felt in the back end of this defense.
The Titans offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Ward on a designed run, and he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A lot of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. From the gun, here's Ward. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Texans offense and their running back, Woody Marks, heading back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Carry now for Marks. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Stroud to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
17 yards.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. First and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud.
Stroud's pass. Complete to Bolton Schultz. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Stroud. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the second quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3.
Jaime Fairbairn.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. In motion, Okonkwo. On play action, it's Ward. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Henry To'o in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on first down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time, this is going to continue to happen.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll run here with Pollard. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Titans First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, it's first and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Ward. That's off Tony Pollard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 4. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. Oh, he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical. Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
That is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Their lead in, they go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
At the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They'll come up on a second and 7 from the 27. Now, Stroud. Got his man. It's Kirk. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
And the Texans first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Houston.
On the give, it's Marks. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. It's a pickup of 12. First down for Houston.
And this is what happens when your offensive line and your back are in sync and on the same page. Great job by the O-line distorting the defense at the point of attack, and then the running back understanding where that hole is, hitting it full speed, brings up a fresh set of downs.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. He was trying to connect with his tight end, Dalton Schultz. And it'll be second down.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's to the tight end, Stover. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up third down.
It is third and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll air one out for Higgins. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
At
Tony Pollard heading out with the rest of his Tennessee teammates for their next drive. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Ward gonna keep it here on the zone read. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game.
The quarterback could have handed it. He could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
Out of the gun, Ward. Middle of the field, he's got a Conquo. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and
2. Here's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Ward. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
That's good for a Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Now Pollard, and he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Shotgun snap for Ward. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Fake the handoff. Now Ward. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's Ward. He'll get this out wide to Pollard. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
3rd and 9. Back to throw is Ward. He's got his man. Complete to Eilmanor. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
First down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. at the Texans' 22-yard line.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 5. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
That's good for a Titans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
8. In motion, Okonkwo. Throwing, Ward. Exiting the pocket right. And he's in! Ward. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Touchdown, Titans.
That's just such an athletic play by an NFL quarterback, Mike, and you can see he tried to remain a passer as long as possible, but once it became clear there was nowhere to go with the ball, he puts it down and decides to do the rest with his legs, and he's able to take it all the way in for a touchdown.
Joey Sly on now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Titans are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
13. Titans 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Sly to kick it away. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Forced out wide. Now he'll run it.
C.J. Stroud on the scramble. The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and 1.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the ground, it's Marks. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line.
32 yards.
A big one here in the fourth quarter. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard
When done
line.
properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch, and that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection, and they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
And it'll be marked down at the 7, and it will set up 1st and goal.
That's another Texan.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one batted away in the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage near the post. It'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Here's a handoff to Chubb, heading left. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Nick Chubb, touchdown, Houston. Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
10.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, here comes Chestnut. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
On the return.
The Titans offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now it's Ward. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So I really like the decision, Mike. This is a rookie quarterback making more veteran decisions, and I think in his growth process this early on in his career, those are really good signs, because how often do we see these rookies still think they're back in college, they're the best player on the field, and they can make every throw, even if it's not there. You're not going to get away with that consistently in the NFL. Throw it away. Really nice job here by the young quarterback. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense, and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This secondary, I mean, they just continue to impress me this entire game, Mike. I mean, it just feels like every ball is contested. Even the ones that are complete, those windows are tight. In this case, a really nice job knocking the ball away, and I just can't say enough about how hard these guys compete on every play.
C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there. Works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing is Stroud. That one out wide for Marks. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, anytime you're talking about an interior defensive lineman, it's always easy to talk about his size and his strength. But what stands out to me, Mike, is his ability to move his feet, turn those hips, get penetration in the backfield, and take the running back down for a loss.
On 2nd down, Stroud. This one not quite on target. But too much, and that one falls incomplete.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
DK to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. On 1st down, it's Ward. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Ward. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic 1st down.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. To throw is Ward. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
It just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
Moving to his left. He's going to run it. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down.
Gain of 18. And the Titans, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. They'll get him up 4 here as he is taken down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 5. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Now a screen, here's Pollard. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
21 yards.
They get 21 on that one. First down for Tennessee.
First and 10 at the
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind him, and that's the landmark of the screenplay. When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that gain.
They'll come up here on second down and 5. Play action. Ward. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Daniil Hunter. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
Third down and 9. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Tim DK that time. And it's going to be fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6?
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score. So the field goal makes it a 1-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense back onto the field for their next possession. On first down, it's Stroud. Now he's just going to pitch this one forward. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On second down, a run with Miles. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. 17 yards on that play. First down for Houston.
First down.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Titans' 32-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now it's the veteran, Dario Ogunbowale. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
So now it's Kaimi Fairbairn in a pressure situation. This to make it a 2-possession lead. This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Chestnut. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Titans offense ready to take over once again.
At their own 27-yard line.
In motion, Okonkwo. Now, first down throw for Ward. Short one there to Okonkwo. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Ward. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's a loss of 4.
Mike, just think back here in this game alone. How many drives have been undone as the result of their inability to protect the passer? They just can't keep a clean pocket, and they just keep going backwards.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on down. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible, up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with a 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run with Marks. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Kirk is the motion man. He'll try to run for it with Marks. And he's in! Woody Marks. Touchdown, Texans.
Touchdown, Texans.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Texans are going to extend their lead.
Makes the score Texans 30, Titans 13.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. On the return, here comes Chestnut. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to take over once more. On 1st and 10, Ward. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Chig Okonkwo was the intended receiver, and it'll be 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Wolf. Going for it all. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Quick throw, it's an RPO, and that's caught by Automatic. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Again, it's Ward. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kamari Lassiter. He works free, right side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Houston.
So, Mike, the second that ball came out of his hand, I held my breath because when you are late, especially throwing the ball out towards the sideline, it is not going to end up good at this level. And the second he saw that ball in the air and broke on it, he had 6, and all he had to do really was make the catch, and then he was just off to the races, and it was nothing but green grass out in front.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans are able to extend the lead.
Texans 37, Titans 13.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Jim DK. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Titans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. On first down, Ward. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
14 yards.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
1st and 10.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together, and the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
First down.
A pickup of 12 yards. That's good for a Titan first down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
A gain of 29
Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
17-yard line.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Throwing again is Ward. incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Ward to throw again. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
One last throw here for Ward. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. In a game that was expected to be a cakewalk, pretty much turned out that way. Their class just much the best in this one, as they cruise to an easy road victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.